Dominic Saturday here from www.saturdayhitting.com. You're under the proof section of our website. There's going to be a lot more videos to come, a lot more images to come. What we're going to do under this section is we're going to analyze swings. We're going to break them down into their most minute aspects, and we're going to show you the major differences, the transformations that students undergo here at Saturday Hitting. So, this video right here is going to be a great example of a hole in the swing, some linear mechanics, just a complete transformation from those flaws over to a powerful, consistent, rotational swing. On the left-hand side, we've got one of our students at the facility. This is when she first came to us. And on the right-hand side, we've got her again at an indoor game. Now, this is a game even, and it's only, I would have to say, a few weeks after we first start working with her. And the change is dramatic. I mean, they're in a totally different world. Rotational hitting is the best way to hit a baseball or a softball, any moving ball. And notice I said softball. Yes, I said it because girls don't have to hit any differently than guys hit. Girls can hit with rotational mechanics. Somewhere along the line, somebody said, no, girls have to hit differently. They have to swing with linear mechanics. And even a lot of guys swing with linear mechanics. Linear mechanics are absolute garbage. They can't produce the consistency and power that that rotational mechanics can produce. For a couple of reasons, and I'll show you right now because the proof is right here in these two videos. We got a girl who uses some before linear mechanics and then after our rotational mechanics, and you're going to see the difference. The videos alone should be enough proof. So first of all, we'll look at this video on the left-hand side. This is before the pitch, and you're going to notice what she does before the pitch. She tries to go backwards like this, and this isn't the load that we want you to have here at Saturday Hitting. We don't want you to have this kind of load. Rotational hitting is like comparing your body to a spring. We want to wind that spring up as tight as we can, coil it up, and then unleash all the power that's in that spring around our body and put all of it into the ball. And hopefully the ball is going to go flying out of the park. So you're going to see what happens here. She puts all her weight on her back leg, her back foot. You're going to see barely any weight on the front foot. And watch what happens right here. She strides out towards the ball. And this is the most important part. Her foot's on the ground right here. And once your foot's on the ground, your head shouldn't be moving at all. You're going to see right here, I'm drawing a line. This is imaginary barrier, a fence, so to speak. If your head moves through that line, you've just made hitting 10 times harder because you're now moving at a ball that's moving at you. How are you going to be able to correctly judge where that ball is going to be in the hitting zone? You can't. So watch what happens. She's moving forward and comes crashing through that line. Absolutely crashing. Now, right now, we're only focusing on her eyes, her head. We'll look at the other parts, the bat path, in a few minutes, but look at her head. Right through the line, absolutely crashing through it. How can you hit a ball that's moving to you when you're moving at it? Not possible. And that is why she was having a lot of difficulty seeing the ball. She couldn't even make solid contact, and that's one of the reasons why right there. The other reason that I said we'd talk about is her bat path. She has a linear bat path in this swing, and you're going to see it. The bat chops down. It moves from A to B. Point A to B, we got a V swing, a hole in the swing, and you're going to see it right here. So watch. I'm going to draw a line on where her hands are at right now, and this is what's so amazing. Now watch. Her hands drop from that line even more. Now watch again. The next frame, her hands drop from that line even more. Now watch the next frame, her hands drop even more. So this is where the problem is. This is where the problem lies, and I don't know why coaches, players have a hard time seeing this. This is swinging down at the ball. This is points A to B. We're swinging down at it right here. Look at that line. Now, what's going to happen is the bat is always going to follow what your hands are doing in the swing. So watch. Right here's where the bat is. Now watch again, the next frame. It's way down under here. And then watch in the next frame. It's back up here. This is what we call the V swing. And somewhere in between these points, the bat was going down here too. So we can connect all of these lines, these downward swings, and you're going to see it right here, the V swing. It shoots straight back up to this point right here. And now let me draw where the pitch is coming, the plane of the pitch right here. Amazing. Look at the points where the path of the bat intersects the plane of the pitch. We got 2 points right here. And they're so small. How can we hit the ball consistently when we're only giving ourselves a chance to hit it in this point and this point? So look at this. Look at this area right here, this sweet part of the zone that we're missing. We're missing it. That's the hole in the swing right there. The bat falls underneath that zone. Right there is where we want to make contact with the ball. Anywhere from here up to here. And we're missing that part of the zone because she's swinging down at the ball. This chopping, pushing V sort of swing. It's not a good swing. It'll never work in the upper levels of baseball, softball, and you're going to see why, because she flat out misses the ball right here. She swings down at it, her hands are going down, and she tries to swing back up. That's not a powerful swing. That right there will never produce any consistency, any power, and that's the truth. So, let's move over to the right side. This is just a few short weeks after we've been working with her on rotational mechanics. The first and most important thing, let's look at her head. So, after her foot touches down on the ground, watch what happens. I'm going to draw that same imaginary fence again right here in front of her nose, and watch what happens. We're moving. Has she crashed through that barrier? No. She's actually coming back off of it a little bit because she's rotating to the ball. She's not lunging out after it, swinging down at it. She's rotating. And we're going to look at her bat path too, but look at her head, look at her eyes. She's making hitting that much easier by not moving towards the ball, being stationary, being still, and she's able to judge where this ball is going to get into the contact zone. So, let's get rid of that line. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the bat path. This is the most important thing. This is a high pitch, a little bit of a high pitch, and look at where the pitch is coming compared to from the pitcher's hand to the catcher's glove, and watch her hands. I'm going to just skip a few frames ahead here and watch. Never once do her hands dip below that line. There's an imaginary line there, and never once do her hands dip below it. We'll get rid of that one. Alright, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw the lines on her hands again. So from right here, we could even go back a frame, probably right here. We're going to have this circular bat path that we talk about, this rotation. Now look, her hands are starting to actually move up a little bit, and look right here, one more frame. Her hands are still moving along this circular bat path. Look at this line compared to this other video over here where we have these lines like this. That's not even the same, folks. And if you can't see that, then you have to be blind, because the bat path, the head of the bat, is going to follow along those same lines, like so. And you're going to notice that we're swinging up at the ball, we're trying to get it out of the infield, we're trying to hit line drives for a reason. We're going to hit it to the outfield. There's 3 players out there. It's the biggest part of the field. So look, she gets the bat into the contact zone right here, and she has all of this zone, all of this area here to hit the ball. This entire zone. So watch. Right here, it's in the hitting zone. We can make a mark probably right about, I would say right about here is where it starts to get into the hitting zone, and you're going to see what happens is the bat head is still in the hitting zone, all the way up to right here. She has all of this zone, this red zone right here, all of it to hit the ball. So even if she were a little late on that pitch right there, she'd still be able to make solid contact, sweet contact in that red zone right there, in that hitting zone, because she's swinging with rotational mechanics. Look at the difference in the swings. Look at the difference. I mean, on this side over here, her front leg, it's bent. Her arms are straight. And look at this side right here. We've got that straight front axis. We've got the head that's barely moved, the bent front arm, the bent bottom arm, the foot, the back foot, the knee is bent there. And what we've got is a powerful swing. This is science. This is human motion hitting the ball with power, rotational mechanics. And that's what we teach here. So, this girl has the potential to be an amazing hitter. I really do believe it. She's got all the fundamentals now for a rotational swing, a solid, powerful swing, and I think she just needs to put them into action, watch what's going to happen. Ball jumps off the bat, line drive, and a high finish. So, if you love baseball, if you love softball as much as I do, as much as my family does, then the choice should be pretty simple. We're going to have dozens more videos coming up on the site of all of this proof, hitting in action, rotational mechanics. We're going to show you before, after. If you love baseball or softball as much as I do, as much as my family does, then the choice should be simple. You got to give us a call, you got to send us an email, you got to drop us a text, do whatever it takes, get in contact with us, and get over here, get in the cage, start taking swings. We're going to show you how to swing for power. We're going to show you how to hit with rotational mechanics just like every professional hitter hits. And you're going to start absolutely knocking the cover off the ball, just smashing it. Drop me an email, dominic.saturday@gmail.com. Comments, questions, concerns. I'd be happy to hear from you, really. Keep checking out the other parts of the site. And folks, read about hitting, learn about hitting, talk about hitting. You have to do it. If you want to become a better hitter, fill yourself up with good information. There's a lot of it out there. There's a lot of information, but only a little bit of this information that we have on hitting is good information. Keep checking back, www.saturdayhitting.com.